flooding issues, but ADA issues on the renovation down there. I think everyone has copies.
I don't think I have one. Is the drop? Where's the drop? Is it in here?
They didn't bring it yet.
I mean, you don't have to. No, it's fine.
Jeff, y'all do.
I can make some.
All right. Yeah, you want to go make a couple before we get started?
Yeah, this is what we had talked about in the last meeting, where I'm going to use the $30,000 from my drainage fund to cover.
Yeah.
We'll get you a copy here and then we'll.
That picture that the chamber took and posted yesterday of the roundabout with the snow and everything, that was a pretty picture. That was a really pretty picture.
Yeah, it did look good.
Lenny Jewell, absent. Fred Burton. Here. Rob Sesternino.
Here.
Bernie Ash.
Here.
Dick Bryan.
Here.
Kathy Warman, absent. We have a 4 present, 2 absent. You have your quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Approval of the minutes for February 3rd, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
First, Mr. Burton, and second, Rob. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. For the special call city council meeting on February the 5th. Minutes, do I have a motion?
So moved.
First by Tick and second by Bernie. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, all passed. Time of communications, if anyone would like to address the council, you'd be welcome to at this time.
My name is Derek Dodson. Back right at the last council meeting, I asked you legitimate questions regarding good sports, and you dishonestly chose not to answer by framing my questions as a debate, and also by saying that you might answer them in private, questions that the public deserves to hear the answers to. There was one more question I wanted to ask you in the series of questions that I asked, and I'll ask that right now. And that question is this, set up by this preface. Jerry Good of Good Sports stood about right where I'm standing now on August the 27th when he gave his feel good mush vision with regard to Good Sports, whereby you allowed no questions of Mr. Good. Mr. Good did say something very interesting, though, other than he had been treated by the IRS for tax evasion. He said that Lebanon would become the demonstration project for Good Sports, which is assuming that he got his funding, which he assumed he would get in November. Evidently that hasn't happened. That's a very interesting comment by Mr. Good, because Good Sports went through a very meticulous vetting process in Wichita for approximately 2 years, a meticulous vetting process in Huber Heights, Ohio, Chesterfield, Missouri, and in Green, whatever, Indiana. And so, without any vetting in Lebanon, Tennessee, without any information to the council, and only one approximately 15-minute meeting with him before public officials in this chamber on 8/27, automatically Lebanon became the choice for his demonstration project, even though there's a feasibility study, which you've not shared with this community, that emphatically makes it clear that this is not a market that Good Sports would go into. So I'd like to know, and I think the community deserves to know, what enticements have you offered Jerry Good to come into this community that would override a feasibility study that emphatically says that this is not a market Good Sports would come into? Wichita has 440,000 people or so, I think it is. No, it's 640,000 people. Lebanon has 26,000 people. So what enticements did you offer Jerry Good that he walks into town and says, this is where my demonstration project will be, after he spent lengthy vetting processes in other cities and nothing here? Council has no information even about Good Sports. You've not even had one single meeting about it. I'm sure you're not going to answer that, but I at least wanted to ask the question. Before I walk away, would you like to answer it?
Thank you for your comments. Like anyone else? Okay. First of all, I'd like to especially thank the Public Works, Jeff, all your crew, and Lee, and all they've done in these last few days, all the weather and everything. Police department, Mike, tell you guys we really appreciate it. And the ESU department, what all they've done, kind of help backing you up there, and fire department. We, you know, for the meeting tonight, we kind of iffy if we need to have it or not, but we've asked our people to come in. I think Rob and we talked about it. We've asked our people to come in. They were here, so I agree with Rob when we kind of said that we need to be here and support our people that came in and worked all day today too by being here. Be careful tonight. I think we might get another ½ inch or so. It's going to be very cold sometime after midnight, so be careful tomorrow. I know the senior citizens, we've asked that they're not open tomorrow because if they get out and slip and fall, it's just not worth it there. But people running up and down the roads here are pretty good right now, and that's because we worked really hard to put the brine down, and we're out there as early. I think Monday morning at 6, working on the road. So y'all have done a great job, and I just want to say thank you and make sure all of our employees know how much citizens do appreciate it.
Thanks to them staying home too.
Yeah.
That job will be easier on the road.
Yeah. Okay. Fred, do you have anything?
Not too much, and I just want to thank all the city workers that have been out shoveling all the snow today, trying to keep our roads and thoroughfares open. And so I can advise everybody to be careful in the morning because there's going to be a lot of black ice out there once it freezes. So just take your time and drive careful.
Rob?
Yeah, I echo the sentiments. I mean, the guys have done an amazing job, all the departments, police, fire, ESU, Public Works, every single person for this city has stepped up. I know someone had called me earlier, they said, you know, we want you to comment on camera why you're having the meeting tonight, and I totally agree with what the mayor says. We've asked our people to be here, so as the leaders of this community, shame on us if we say we're going to ask you to get out there, drive your car to work, and work all day for the citizens, and then we're not going to do our job. So that's why we're having this meeting. And as the leaders, any day that this city's open for business, we should conduct our business. There should never be a day when council cancels a meeting if the city's open for business. And other than, of course, the modifications that are going to have to be made, and you're going to have to be flexible for trash. Trash pickup is going to be as we can get to it. Chipper service, shush. We're going to get to it as quick as we can, but we're going to get to it. We're going to do our best. These guys are working hard, and we do appreciate the work that they're doing. And it's going to be extremely cold tomorrow, so please dress for the elements. That's all I have.
Bernie?
I don't have enough.
All right. Dick?
I just want to echo the sentiments that Fred and Rob said about our city workers getting out clearing the streets. I was amazed how cleaned off they were and made it a lot safer for everybody to drive. And you know, a lot of the, especially my neighborhood, a lot of these tree branches got overloaded with ice and broken. Some power lines were knocked down and things of that nature. And there's probably going to be a lot of sawed up limbs in ditches, Jeff. So the things sit there, I guess, unless we get another flood. That's all I have.
Okay. We'll move on to the consent agenda, ordinance 154833.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a first by Rob and second by Fred. All in favor? Opposed? Pass. I'm saying who first and second, since Jackie's not, or you writing it down, who's done it, so I don't have to repeat myself. Okay, I got you. All right, good. All right. New business, council approval of certificate of compliance for a retail package store on 1123 North Castle Ice Avenue.
So moved.
And first,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154845, first reading to authorize the budget amendments for the Public Safety and Police Department. This is money received from the county fair.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154849, first reading to authorize the engineering, procurement, and construction agreement with PHG
Motion
Energy
to approve.
Management. I have a first
Second.
and a second.
I was going to have a question.
Yes, sir.
I guess Jeff. Jeff, I had a call after tonight about this. He was concerned about the smell coming from, he said burning tires. I told him it wouldn't be burning the tires. But will there be a problem with an odor coming from?
Same question, I think Chris was too. This is a gasification project. It's not a burning project, it's not a thermal plant like in Mexico. It's completely enclosed. Right now, this, the plant, there in Upton, Tennessee, no odors. We'll certainly address it again, but it's completely enclosed apparatus, and there should not be any odor. Certainly, that's that question again before we meet again, discuss this again, but my understanding is there'll be, again, it's not burning, it's gasification. It's so hot, it just, it's gone almost, so no odor should be, or smell should be in this operation whatsoever.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154849, first reading to authorize the engineering, procurement, construction agreement with PHG.
So moved.
Have a first
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154850, first reading to authorize the line item transfer for water distribution training due to rate increases at the Fleming Training Center.
So moved.
Have a first
Second.
and second.
Discussion.
Yes, sir.
Jeff, on this, I know, are we gonna have sales like we used to have over the police department, like have all of them out there and sell police cars, or this gonna still be done by the internet?
We're on the one above that, Fred,
Okay.
number 4.
Got messed up too somewhere.
Oh, second.
And we're on ordinance 154850.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I might have said it wrong, Fred, so if I did,
Let me back up just a second, okay? Ordinance 154849, this is the one you had discussion about?
the one before we did.
Right. And so,
Yeah, right.
Rob moved, Tick seconded, discussion by Bernie had discussion, 4-0, then we moved to 4850
Okay.
for the red. Is that what we're on now? Who made that motion?
Tick and Rob.
Tick and Rob, okay.
I might have redone that one. Did I redo it twice?
You did.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Threw me off. I thought I missed a drop there.
I was testing you.
He said to keep up with you.
Does this mean I
Number 5 here, resolution 151864 to authorize city departments to scrap and sell surplus items on a as needed basis. I have first.
Second.
Do I have first? You have first,
First.
Dick?
Second.
All right, and now this is discussion.
Yeah, Jeff, I was asking the question, how are we gonna sell this? Is it gonna be on the internet, or are we gonna have set up auction like we used to do?
Fred, I know the resolution doesn't necessarily say that. I'm assuming it would be, on the internet would be the first option, and if it also doesn't sell, we'd come back and have a side option. I would say it'd be on the Gladeville side.
It'll be on Gov Deals in March.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154851, first reading, changing property at 2541 Old Murfreesboro Road.
Motion to approve?
Have a first
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Resolution 1865, initial resolution, of the City Council of Lebanon determining to issue water and sewer revenues and tax qualified energy bonds of the City of Lebanon.
Motion approved.
Have a first,
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1866, authorizing the issuance not to exceed $3.5
Motion
million
approved.
for the water and
This
sewer
goes with the top
revenue.
motion. Yeah, motion to approve.
I have first
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154852, first reading to authorize the budget amendment for professional
approve.
services.
Again, that goes with the
Yeah,
previous two.
yeah, they go all together here. I have the first
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154853, first reading to authorize the line item transfer for the payment of professional service to the engineering department. This is with Jeff.
Just comment that so you know, we've got a lot of jobs here, like the two track center jobs, even this PhD job. I'm guessing here to get us the rest of your to come back, but the good news is we've been doing some things, that's why the money's been spent, so that's the reason for it to come back.
Okay,
Need to pay a couple bills.
yeah. All right, do I have a first?
So moved.
All right, in second?
Second.
Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Ordinance 154854, first reading to amend City of Lebanon.
So moved.
Second.
For the aeronautics grant. I have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Dropping.
And let's see, here it is. Ordinance, drop in ordinance 154857.
Motion to approve.
This is for the sidewalk at Allen Square. I have the first
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Thank you, and everyone be safe. That's all.